right, guys, it's yard sale season, estate sale season. This is my first haul this year. Vietnam era 20 millimeter Gatling gun. This is super stoked. I got some really cool stuff inside here. A few axes, some crazy hammers, and you guys saw the lanterns back here. Let's get into this haul. So first, let's talk lanterns, okay? I bought these lanterns in a lot, okay? I bought all 4 of them for, I think they were $3 a piece. I see these go for 5, 10, 15 bucks a piece. Now the cool thing about the Coleman lanterns is, check this out. So it says 68 and then a 4. So the 68, that's what year it was made. And then the 4, I think that might have been the month. So that's kind of cool about these lanterns, is you could date them. I think these are like 72, 74, something like that. I don't know, you can't go wrong. What if the world ends? You know, off-grid prepper stuff, you can run these on gasoline. So I picked these up and I'll either trade them out, I might sell them, make a couple bucks, and then put that back into axes. All right, so I got a lot of hammers on this past week, and I missed out on some axes. I missed out on quite a bit of axes. I got to this estate sale late. But check this out. So this is a split head Bassa hammer. Okay, so green tweed, New York, #1. What's cool about these is this will unscrew, and you can put different material faces on here. So both of these are copper. So I think this would be, if you guys don't know, this is an axe channel, predominantly, obviously vintage tools, but my real passion is axes. So I see this as being a really great tool to have on the bench, because if you are going to hit metal, you got the copper, and then I think I'll put either, they do a rawhide, or I might just spin up on the lathe a piece of oak for that other side. So that's a nice 2-in-1 hammer right there. Pretty stoked on that. My mother hit a yard sale 2 weeks ago. Got a Stanley, I don't know, little rock hammer, so that's good. I'm getting back into gold prospecting, so that's going to be my rock hammer. And we got, I think she picked this up last week also. This is a, you know, a little hewing hatchet. It's a little smaller, a little longer. I'm not sure if that's technically a Kent, but obviously needs a new handle. But the backside is relatively flat right here. You've got a little concave, but all in all, it's in pretty good shape. Thanks, Mom. Now, this one actually I didn't get at a yard sale. My neighbor, one of the local guys in town here, he swung by the house, said, oh, I found the super old axe head. Now, I'm not sure how old it is. Super pitted. He found it in his yard. I don't know if he was metal detecting or what he was doing, but this thing's seen better days for sure. But sweet. All right, guys. So this morning I'm at a church parking lot sale, and there was not very many tools at all. So I'm looking through the kitchenware, right? Because I like the old meat cleavers and any of the old knives. Anyway, in a box of kitchen utensils was this guy. So this is the, you know, known as the egg beater drill, right? Little hand drill. So I got a kick out of that. I got a laugh. I'm assuming some old lady had found this somewhere and went, oh, that's an egg beater, and it belongs, you know, it belongs in the kitchen supplies. So it's in pretty good shape. It was seized up. I put a little WD on it. What's cool is we've got the specific, almost in excellent new condition drill bits. So that's pretty cool. Those are kind of hard to find in good condition. You know, at the sales, I'm sure someone makes them aftermarket. Yeah, sweet, good condition. All right, now some people out there might know what I'm talking about here and what we're looking at here. But if you see here, this is a True Temper Perfect. Okay, so this is the second True Temper Perfect that I've ever seen. Everything that you see is True Temper Kelly Perfect, but this is just a True Temper Perfect. I've got an axe head that is a True Temper Perfect, and there's almost no information on these, but we can see it's got that nice octagon handle, right? So, and I think it's going to be savable. The tongue might be a little messy once I pull all the metal out and rehang it, but pretty slick old hammer. If anybody has any information on True Temper Perfect, not True Temper Kelly Perfect, so let me know. So that was a score. Again, you know, $2, $1, can't pass that up. Here we have another hammer. Normally I see these quite a bit. This is a auto body hammer, I believe, except for this one is a Plumb. Okay, so anytime you see that Plumb, if I'm not mistaken, this is one of the few West Coast tool companies. I believe it was based out of Los Angeles. So I looked these up on eBay, and obviously this one's a little chewed up right here, but these things are going for like $100 a piece, if the Plumb ones, right? There's lots of no names of these out there, so anything I see Plumb, I pick it up. All right, got the Pulaski, pretty good condition, great condition really, and it's just a True Temper flint edge. No, and I can't see, there might be FSS marks on it, so that would be, FSS is Federal Supply Service, I believe, and that would indicate that it was a Forest Service Pulaski. So, and a lot of people think that it's Forest Service Supply FSS, but it's not. So, but that's in pretty good shape. I come across these, I'd say 1 in 20 axes that I find are Pulaskis. And this one, we can see it's got the 3 ridges in the eye. So that's, I believe, early 60s. So pretty good condition, stoked. All right. No idea what the make is on this. It's a little rusty to be able to see. I think I see USA in there. So I don't do a lot of knife restorations, but something about this one said, you know what, it needs some help and it might turn into a decent little knife. So again, $1, how are you going to pass it up? All right. Now, I know there's another guy on YouTube, and he's a big-time Bonnie tool collector. And I've seen some of his stuff, and he's got a massive Bonnie tool collection. And I forget his name, but anyway, this is a flare ratchet, I believe. So it's called a cam lock. There's a couple different companies that made these, but anyway, like brake lines, you know, so it would slip over the line and then go on and tighten the flare. So that's what that is. Pretty cool. Wall hanger. You know, I could see turning this into a bottle opener. I think that maybe a little bit of work and it would be a great little bottle opener. All right, here's an example of a older cast hammer, and if you get anything out of this video, one of the things that I would like to say is don't trust sellers on eBay. These guys, they just copy and paste crap. A lot of the time they don't know what they're talking about, and they're putting stuff up that is just you know, keywords to try to get people to buy stuff. So this is a punch lock, all right? Punch lock Chicago. Okay, it's a really soft steel. Every one that I've seen, they're mushrooming on the faces, which is whatever. That's not a big deal. I like this one because it's got a big old stamp in it, right? So that's pretty cool. Now, what I'm getting about on the eBay is people on eBay are calling this a blacksmith's hammer, and people on eBay are also saying that this is from the 1850s. Now, I'm not 100% sure, but I'm going to call BS on all of that. I know this is original handle, and that's not 1850s handle. I can guarantee you that. That's like that plum red on the Plumb axe handles. And it's not a blacksmith's hammer. I'm sure you could, but a blacksmith's hammer, I believe you want some hard steel so that it doesn't mushroom like that. Now, if I'm calling out eBay sellers for being crooked and copy paste type of shit, let me know. If this is a 1850s and it's a blacksmith's hammer, drop that in the comments. But I've just seen so much on eBay with these people just throwing in keywords. So that's a good example of it. There's quite a few of these out there. eBay's probably got 10 of them up right now. But again, pretty cool. I like it. Now, we don't see a lot of stamps on these older ball peens, and this one, it is a channel lock. I don't know a lot of information on the channel lock ball peens, but I see them every once in a while, and it's about the only stamp other than the Hellers that I see. So Mom picked this up. Again, thank you, Mom. I like the red. All right, now this one actually came from a month or two ago, and I don't remember where I got it. But when I was thinking of refinishing this thing, I thought, man, I think I'll just leave that paint. That paint kind of tells a little bit of a story on there, and just maybe rehang it because it needs a little bit of work. But D. Maydoyle. So I'm not 100% sure on the make of that, or the company that it is. Not 100% sure, but it's got a good style. I like that flat back to the claws instead of that curve down. It's a good looking hammer. I like that paint. All right, next, got a big old face on this. This is a Stiletto. Markings are pretty worn down, but little Stiletto. You know, again, I don't think I have much use for it, but it's hard to pass it up. A lot of this stuff, you know, when they're done with the estate sales, they'll chuck like stuff like this in the dumpster, or they'll throw it in the scrap pile. So figure save it. Stiletto's a good brand, right? All right, now I don't, you know what? I'm gonna grab an axe that has some similar markings to this, and we'll take a look at this. 1 second. All right, so this is a DCH Clean Cut, and somebody drilled, probably a pro hoe, drilled and pinned this head on there, and took a $150 to $200 head and darn near destroyed it as far as collectability goes. But is what it is. So anyway, DCH was a hardware company out of, I believe, San Francisco, and Clean Cut was kind of their logo, right? And then you've got the four-leaf clover. Okay, so that's a DCH Clean Cut. You see a lot of DCH Clean Cut hewing hatchets like this, and some with the same etching on hatchets, regular hatchets. So anyway, I've not seen. See if we focus here. All right, so all it says is Clean Cut trademark, but we can see right here just a little four-leaf clover. So I'm assuming that they just didn't put all the DCH stamp on this chisel. I could be mistaken. I could be something messed up here, but I'm pretty stoked on that. I like that four-leaf clover, the Clean Cut. That's all pretty cool. Now, I got this from a friend at a flea market. He had a booth at the flea market last weekend, and so this is a breast drill. Okay, so that would go up against your chest, right? And there should be a handle right here, and then you would, you know, drill. Now what's cool about this is you see that gear on the inside, and then you got the gear on the outside. Now this gear is turning Look how slow it turns. Okay, well, you pop this little keeper, pop that out. That whole piece comes out. You put it in the next hole up, and you just change the gear ratio. So now we're on this ring gear. Goes way faster. Maybe not way faster, but at least 2-3 times faster. So that's sweet. I've seen these. Oh, the other cool thing on here, it's got a little level. That's cool. So yeah, so I'm stoked on that. You know, get the little off-grid prepper toolbox put together, and this will be a good piece to have. I need to find a handle. I'll probably just make a handle, get a piece of all thread that matches those threads. So stoked. All right, second to last. This is second to last. So the place that I missed out on like 510 axe heads, same place I got all those lanterns. If you guys are watching, thank you very much. So anyway, I had got this at that estate sale, and it is a Bridgeport Boy Scout hatchet. Now, I'm not sure, I'm assuming 70s, maybe even 80s, because once you get into these rubber handles, I think that didn't start much before the 70s, but that is original red paint, and that yellow in the Bridgeport is original paint also. So the bit's in good shape, the pole's in good shape, it needs a new handle. I'm thinking some sort of micarta pressed on there. So that's pretty sweet. I'll be keeping that for sure. And then we've got the Boy Scout sheath. I don't know if this is original sheath. All right, last up is a shovel. All right, now we see shovels all over the place, right? Almost all the time they need a new handle. Shovels are a dime a dozen. I get it. Now, I'm going to tell you, I went to a backcountry cabin in the park about a month ago, and hanging on the wall was a True Temper handmade cruiser pattern and an old True Temper shovel. And I've been wanting one of these older True Temper shovels since before that. But once I saw that shovel in the cabin, I went, man, I really, really want to get me one. So a couple days ago, I stopped by a thrift shop. Now, one of the main things that we're looking for here is newer shovels. There will be a hole right here, right? And then you'll see the handle wood sticking out right here. So if you were to be digging in any fire, or, you know, stuff's not getting stuck up there to rot or burn or do any damage to the handle wood in this section. We do have a little, you know, a little crease right there, something might get in. And then the other thing you'll see is most of the time, this is just cut flat right here, right? So I don't suppose that this extra metal really does anything. I would imagine it's more for looks, because if it did, they would still be doing this. Okay, so what's super cool about this is we see it says True Temper, but it's a True Temper lightweight. So it doesn't have the curve to put your foot on there, and this blade, this shovel tip is, I mean, almost paper thin. I might even have to cut it back a little bit there. But so that's my first of actual collectible shovel. Super excited about this. I'm starting to get back into gold prospecting. We're here in the Sierra Nevadas in the Mother Lode. And this would probably make a pretty good shovel. Maybe not too much in big rocks, because I don't want to bend that. But anyway, super stoked on that. Hey guys,